So they got millions of dollars for trashing me and not doing the deal.
Jesus
and then they wanted to do a celebratory dinner at the end.
No way.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the podcast, KFC Radio on YouTube.
Bang.
I like, to me, nothing's changing.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is almost like
I've get asked that a lot. Like when the original deal was done, this was always the plan.
right.
So
right. It's just been like waiting, like the time.
yeah, I think
ticking
when,
down.
when Penn did the original transaction, they didn't know the temperature. Wall Street haters, whatever, would have the Barstool. So it's like, let's dip the toe in, and like if they probably bought Barstool right away, 100%. It would have been probably World War III, like people who don't like us, because there's still kind of always that pushback. So I think that was part of it. But to me, nothing really is changing here. There may be stuff changing that I don't have to deal with, like accounting, shit like that. But I don't think we're going to see much change from content.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, that's always been the thing when you sold to Chernin or invested, however you want to call it. They were like, we won't touch content. Penn was pretty much like, we won't touch content.
Yeah.
That's always been like the number, like the
Gambling.
first thing, like non-starter, right?
Right. Gambling, they do. Because
well, right. But that's like regulations and laws and shit.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't tell this joke. You can't.
Correct. No.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think anybody on our side would say differently.
No, not at all. Was that, if they had wanted to buy straight up 100%, like, did you come up with the 50-50? It was their
They did.
idea?
I had nothing to do with really the negotiations, so to speak.
Really?
Yeah, because Chernin was our owner at that
okay.
point, and those guys are savages. So in terms of like negotiating and whatnot, so I was very comfortable with them negotiating the price and all that stuff. There were some things I think I had to work out, and some things I didn't even understand. At the time of the movements and the lawyers and stuff like that, but for the most part, Chernin negotiated.
Yeah.
Like there was no.
And they just came to you and said, was it like you have to approve, or it was just like, this is what's happening?
No, I had to approve.
Right.
But like,
because you were still the owner really, at that point.
Well,
like,
no.
Like, but you still had Chernin had all of that.
51%
was
Chernin bought
so
51%.
Right.
So they theoretically, in spirit, could have done whatever they wanted. Right. Obviously, I think our content is all generally on the same page with this. So if we're like, well, we don't like that, like what's Chernin like?
Well, Chernin, they're smart. Because I could see other companies being like, nope, like we're gonna do it our way. But why even sign up if you're gonna do
right.
that?
If like, to be honest, Chernin. So let me rephrase. There's a couple things that happened. Chernin never spoke with Penn about buying us till Penn decided they wanted to buy us, and then the price and everything. Like Jay didn't really, I don't want to say trust Chernin, and I don't know what I don't think Chernin totally trusted Penn.
Interesting.
I love Jay. I still do, the CEO. He loved Erica. He met, I think the introductions were made. Jay met Erica and I and was just kind of feeling us out. Like, who are these people? Do they get along? Do I like them? And he liked us right away. And then,
how did that come about? Like, I remember the Hefty Lefty and that connection with Chernin, that kind of
Penn.
Yeah.
We had that guy David, who was with us for a cup of coffee. He was actually hired to like help with the merger. Do you guys remember him?
David.
Yeah, he had glasses. He was there very quickly for maybe a year, but
wow,
he was like he introduced Penn to. It's weird because Chernin hired a banker who I hate.
Really?
Moelis, and this became public because someone made who's this person doing signs? I don't know. The hell was that? Anyhow, and so Moelis was our banker, hired by Chernin, and they do all the gambling, like mergers and acquisitions in the space, so they are reputable. And we met FanDuel, DraftKings, PokerStars, you name it, we met, and we didn't get anywhere. And then
not even a nibble?
Nope.
Wow.
Not really.
That is interesting.
And then Moelis blamed it on me. It wasn't supposed to get back to me, but Moelis is like, Dave's too toxic. Nobody will deal with Dave. It's his fault. So that was said to me. Obviously, I got angry. We internally, somebody introduced us to Penn, the guy David. So it didn't come from this banker. We met with Penn, hit it off, and then it was all me and Erica talking to Jay. And then when Jay's like, yep, we want to do it, it got turned over to Chernin with the Penn lawyers and
Money guys, all that
Price
shit.
do that.
Yeah,
yeah. And then we still had to pay a very big commission to Moelis, which I hated.
Really?
Because they
Despite
did
the fact
They
that
didn't.
nothing?
Oh fuck! But you
Yeah.
had like locked him.
Yeah.
With a contract with them or some
And
shit.
I knew they trashed me. So,
Ugh.
yeah.
And there's no way out of that.
No. So they got millions of dollars for trashing me and not doing the deal.
Jesus Christ.
And then they
Fuck
wanted to
that.
do a celebratory dinner at the end.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
The only
like,
dinner
fuck
worse than that
yeah.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
And
Did they legitimately like ask you that? Like, hey, let's go to dinner.
Yeah.
And did you?
I was just
I
like,
would
fuck
be
no.
Go
It's like,
fuck
I kept
yourself.
saying I know what that guy said. One guy I liked, and the guy that I barely knew was the one who trashed me. And it's like I kept saying I know what he said. Like,
Yeah.
So we did get the fee down a little bit, but
Do you believe that there was like did he make that up or were there,
that I was too toxic.
Yeah, like what did those other
No, I'm
companies
sure
pass
that played a factor, but I don't know.